Yeah. Okay.
All right. Good evening, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you're doing all right. It's another Monday 10 p.m. show brought to you by Niger Carib TV, and it's your beautiful daughter again, your beautiful girl again. Ayode Jibolo Mary, and I am together here with my co-host.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Eku gbogbo rògbòdìyàn you. Ìlú á túbọ̀ túra sí jù báyìí lọ o. May God give every one of us peace of mind. It's your humble boy Moise Omalade, aka the Great Moise.
Yeah, we are back here again with another interesting topic, and I am sure you all are ready. But before we jump into today's video, I want to remind you guys to please watch this video to the end. And it's very important for you to give this video a big thumbs up and please share this video. And most importantly, like we used to say, your comment is important. Okay, let us make it interactive. Don't put the burden on us to talk. Please, let us start seeing the comment section. Let us make it interactive. You tell us your opinion about what we're about to discuss tonight, and we also tell you our opinion. We will also tell you our opinion about what we want to discuss tonight. All right. I'm sure you all can see the topic on the screen right now. And of course, the topic is IVF or adoption advisable for families that are still waiting for their own children? Is IVF or adoption advisable for couples, for families that are still waiting for their own children? All right, so that is the topic. If you are yet to know what to say, run to Google and go and check what is going on there. And come and give us your own opinion. And if there is any opinion you have right now in your head, please let us start saying it in the comment section. Is IVF or adoption advisable for couples or family that are still waiting for their own children? I hand over the mic to my co-host. Let's go.
No. You know what? Today, or let me say tonight.
All right.
Ah,
I should start the car.
yeah. You need to start the car
All right.
because this is something that has to do with female.
All right.
What do you believe about this issue?
Okay, so you see, the first thing I want to, should I say correct or should I say, the first thing I would like to say is nobody is barren. So if you have been using that word,
Yeah, no one is
barren,
barren. No.
barren, I want you to stop it, okay? So there is life and there is death on our talk. It's just a delay. And of course, we are in this life. Anybody can have a delay in anything. It can be in childbirth, it can be in marriage, it can be job or anything. Okay, but I want you to know that it's not happening now does not mean it's going to happen sooner or later. Okay, it might just take long, but I want you to know that you are not barren. If you have been using that word barren, you need to stop it now. I advise that you please stop it, okay? Because there is a Yoruba adage that says "Akpe mo raini langbe dinidire." Okay, so if you keep calling yourself barren, it means that is the atmosphere you are building around yourself. So call yourself fruitful. You are fruitful. It's just a delay. All right, and also there is something that I want to say. Okay, and I was discussing with my co-host today, and see, if you see the two of us smiling here, don't think there have not been a lot of Mr. Mioto at the background. So he has really
Your
disciplined me
your
today.
your wala is too much. Your wala is too much.
So he has really disciplined me today, and
Your
of
wala is
course,
too much.
all right. So there is something that I want to say, and the thing is, for couples that are waiting for their own children, I want you to know that, though of course they are waiting period, but since we have options, okay, we can just put those options into consideration.
That's true.
Okay,
That's
since we
true.
have options, we can put the options into consideration.
Exactly.
Now, let me say this: we are not enforcing anything. We are not forcing anything on anybody. Okay, we're just like bringing our own opinion
Yeah.
about what we feel. Do you understand? So, delay in childbearing does not mean that you have to wait forever. Of course, we can say, "Oh, with faith, I'm waiting. My own will come," and all of this thing. But for me, I feel like since we have opinion of it, since we have options of IVF, surrogacy, adoption, we can just put it into consideration. Or what do you think, Jameson?
Well, one thing I want you to understand is that may we never be unfortunately.
Amen.
May we not be unfortunate. Now, one thing people need to understand is that it is not everything that is spiritual. No, fine, everything could be spiritual because
Everything.
God controls everything.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but it is not everything that ayeshemi or something is happening. You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes, if it is always even something that is very little that may be going on. Now, we are not here to preach about faith. We are not here to preach about biblical, orthodox, or anything. We are here to talk about medical reasons that may be transpiring between, child not, couples not been having,
Having their child
babies.
early.
Now, there is no stipulated time to childbearing. You understand me? You can get married early and have your child early. You can get married early and not even have your child early. Some don't even get married before having children.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yes.
Now we don't know. That is why I would say, according to the Yorubas, they will say Boshi Woluwa ni Sholai.
Inshallah.
You understand? But now let us talk about those that have somehow ill luck to not have children very early.
Very.
Now, what may cause it? We have different things that may cause it. But the most, prominent, or let me say the most well-known factor that may cause it is either one of the partners or one of the couples have low sperm count. You understand me? Yes, some people may say, can ladies have low sperm count? Yes, you may have your low egg count. You may have your eggs complete, but they may be very, very low. They are not ready to hatch any. Your sperm, no matter how sharp the sperm may be, or the man's sperm may be, it's not ready to even hatch any egg at all. Or maybe it will even hatch and the baby keep dying and it is not going to develop. You understand me? So that is what makes many couples to actually have this kind of roundtable conversation to say, okay, fine, kill Alishi.
What is the next thing?
You understand me?
We've tried our
Now,
best.
in Nigeria so far, it is only two options. Is either you go for the IVF or you go for no. IVF is also surrogacy, but it is just a little bit different. You understand me? I will explain to you. Is either you go for IVF or you go for adoption. And the only difference between these two options you've got is that adoption has to do with you coming in contact with who is not from you at all. You go to probably a motherless baby's home. You look for your kind of suit. You understand me? Maybe you are looking for a dark baby. All sorts of babies or all sorts of adults can be found in the motherless baby's home. You understand me? And also another difference is that the IVF is being finished clinically in the laboratory. You understand me? Because it has to do with lots and lots of care in the incubator with many medical appliances or equipment. You understand me? So the only difference between IVF and adoption is that adoption you are coming in contact. You understand me, with who you want to see. You understand me? And IVF has to do with you donating something, bringing something together. There's no copulation, there is no contact, there's no meeting in contact. It is being done by introducing two different things in the laboratory and put to test. And sometimes IVF fails.
Yeah.
But before I go deep, many people may be asking, what's the meaning of IVF?
IVF.
IVF simply means in vitro fertilization. That is the meaning of IVF, in vitro fertilization. And it has to do with when an egg is being removed from a woman's ovaries, yes, the eggs is kept in the ovaries and is fertilized with sperms in a laboratory. You understand me? Then they will watch it for weeks, they will watch it for months while it develops to an embryo. You understand me? Once it is developed to an embryo, then it is being injected back, or let me say it is being passed back to the mother for proper and continual growth. That's just IVF. You understand me? So surrogacy comes in when you say it is the normal IVF you do, but you will inject it into someone's, as
Another
in
woman.
another woman to carry it for you. That's the only difference. You understand me? So that's just what I can say about the IVF and
So,
adoption.
yeah, I just want to say hi to our returning viewers. Thank you so much for the love. And to those that are just watching us for the first time, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Biliano RSV says good evening. Good evening. How are you all
Good
doing?
evening.
So for those that are already watching us already, please, your comment is important. Please begin to type in your comment. What is your opinion about it?
And you can
Is
also ask
IVF
questions.
And you can also ask questions. Please ask questions, okay? Is IVF or adoption advisable for families or couples that are still waiting for their own children? He has already explained what IVF means. What does adoption mean? Adoption is the acceptance of a child of another parent as if he or she is your own. Keyword,
Exactly.
acceptance. Okay? Keyword, acceptance. Along the line, you are waiting for your own children to come. What can you do to prepare? Do you know, I think that accepting someone else's child and taking care of that child as your own is like you also preparing for your own child. Do you think so?
You see, that's true. But literally, like I said, or like I started,
Yeah.
it is not everything that is spiritual. Because what you are saying now has to do with this Yoruba saying that Ori Omo lo n pomo wáyé.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay, that's not what you're saying. Then how do you mean? How do you mean
This is
about
what
it?
I mean.
Okay.
You know that sometimes, even when opportunity wants to come your way, you have to prepare for the opportunity coming. Now, this is what I mean. Let me explain myself better. The way you accept someone else's child,
Okay.
you love the child
Okay.
like your own.
Okay.
There are some things that I'm a teacher,
Okay.
of course, and I deal with children. There are some times that I just look at the children. Today I was in the class and I was clapping for my kids. And the way one of them was jumping, I was like smiling. You understand?
I understand
You
you.
see, that love, that connection, you can use it to practice when your own children also come. And when your own children come, it does not mean that, oh, you now say, oh, see, now that my own child has come,
Okay.
you now like exempt the child. I'm
Okay,
like,
okay.
You
I
understand?
understand you now. I understand you now, Tife. What you are saying is like getting prepared for motherhood or getting prepared for childhood. Is that, am I
Motherhood.
correct? Motherhood. But I'm so sorry.
Okay, you don't say those that have their first child,
Okay.
they are not prepared before.
No, that's not what I want to say, Tife. That's not what I want to say. What I want to say here is that preparing for motherhood is different from a solution for childbearing.
You're getting me wrong.
No, maybe you just
Wait,
need to understand
wait,
something.
wait,
Okay,
wait,
okay,
wait.
okay,
Now this is the thing.
okay.
You have waited for so long,
Mm-hmm.
for 20 years,
Okay.
for 5 years,
Okay.
for 10 years.
Okay.
Like you've explained that they can go for IVF and you've
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Now, I want to put a question to you.
Yeah.
Waiting for 18 years, waiting for 20 years, does that connote that you are not ready?
Doing anything.
You are not ready
No,
for.
it
Okay.
does not mean that you are not ready.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, instead of waiting for that long,
Okay.
I mean, you can get a child. See, there are a lot of motherless babies that
Babies
are out there.
That
And
needs
there are a
mother
lot
care.
of, childless mothers out there.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So instead of like waiting for so long till your own come, just get one of them and take care of him or her like your own child.
Yes, yes.
Do
yes.
you
You are
understand?
you are right.
Just
I understand you
accept
now.
them. Accept them like your own. In fact, wait, see, there a time will come in your life that as time goes on, these children or this child, if it is one or two that you adopted, it will now be more of, it will be part of you. To now disconnect yourself from
To
that
the extent
child.
that you
will
may
be
not,
held.
you may not
You may not
even.
even have the feeling that I don't have my own child again.
That's true. You are right. You are right. You are right. You are right. I'm so sorry. I didn't see it that way. We all have our own angle of
Perspective.
incidents. You understand? But let's look at it this way. Now, let me just quickly take you to somewhere.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about advantages
Of adoption.
of the two,
Okay.
because now we
But
this.
wait, before we go into advantages, what do you think? Which of them do you think is more dependable? IVF.
How do you mean
I mean,
dependable?
this is like you can depend on it for a long time.
None. For a long time, none. Because if we are to look at the power of creation, God creates and God takes it. You understand? At any time. Now, like I said in my explanation, you understand me? I said it that, okay, fine. IVF fails. And do you know why IVF fails? Sometimes there may be some kind of laboratory error. There could be some kind of medical error. You understand me? Now, okay, wait. Do you know how IVF is being done, self? Do you know? For my viewers out there, let me just take this time to tell you medically how IVF is being done. Now, they are going to extract eggs. It is possible for you to extract eggs and none will hatch. Are you with me? I want to tell you which one is dependable. I want to tell you that none is dependable. Let me start with IVF. You can extract, the doctor may come, or the gynecologist may come, extract the eggs as much as they want, put it in a tube, in a vascular tube, or an incubator for it not to get, tampered with. They may invite the father or the intended father and extract his sperm as well. Then they put it in a speed wash and spin circle in the laboratory. You understand me? They watch it, and right in front of you, you will see how sperms are being targeting eggs to hatch. Now, through your IVF, if the sperm is very fertile, you may have twins, you may have quadruplets, you may have whatever amount of babies, and you may have just one. And you may not even have any. That is the reason why that is the reason where surrogacy comes in. What if they bring the eggs, they test it, is very fertile, the intending father's sperm is not fertile? That means you need to introduce a third party who is a donor to bring in the sperm. You understand me? So, what are the futuristic consequences? The baby may grow up and the father will come for his baby. So is it dependable? Okay, if it is a mother, if it is another woman that carries the baby, and of which she's even the donor, it's still surrogacy, still IVF. Okay? Maybe the wife's egg can't hatch due to some kind of issues. And they now say, okay, fine, let's look for someone who's going to carry the baby, and she's the one that is going to even donate the eggs. It's possible. If the father's gene is dominating. You understand me? And from there, when the baby gets down, maybe the baby now becomes the president tomorrow, and maybe the mother who did the surrogacy mother, you understand me, has been telling the child, now that is the only thing that can actually defend you in IVF is just one thing. It is a legal doing. You have to sign legally that whatever this child may become, you just help us to carry the baby, or you just donated the sperm, or you donated the egg for us.
So
you can't.
So why did you now talk about? Because I don't know. As you were saying, you
Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, you want to say because I said it is legally, tender, right? What do we call legal tender in Nigeria?
Not Nigeria alone. I mean,
I'm not even talking about, we have different case study. Our case study now is Nigeria. Let's just look at Nigeria, for instance. The way we take the legal cases or legal acts or activities or signatories, the way we take it serious is different. We have seen in Nigeria whereby we sign and we don't even follow it in times to come. So that's just it. And look at the adoption. Okay? Are you with me, Tife? Look at the adoption. I may actually go now to pick a baby, adopt, and what happens if the baby just dies at 7 years old? When we think about the advantage, we need to talk about the disadvantages too. So none is dependable, and both can be dependable.
now, this is the thing, guys. Okay? So, whether you have your own children, or you adopted a child, or IVF, or whatever means, none is dependable. Even
None.
your own children.
Yes, none. That's
Okay.
life. That's why I said if you look at
So
the
I
nature
don't
of
want it to be
creation-
like, And so what's not the essence? What's now the essence of adopting, or what's the essence of doing adoption? Let me kuku wait for my own children. So because I don't want it to, because if it's the way I'm thinking, I have to quickly think of this, okay? So whether your own, biological children, or adopted, or IVF, or any means by which you got your own, your children, okay? It's just the grace of God that will help you to keep them. Do you understand? So quickly, let me read this. Let me read this. Makinde Taiwo, thank you for joining us. She said, or he said, it took me long process before I get here.
Yeah.
I wanna do. Thank you. Thank you for
very
joining
much,
us.
Taiwo.
All right. Biliano RSB says, if I'm in that situation, I would like to go for adopted. I would like to go for adopt a child,
Adopting a child.
because there is no reward for having a child, but there is reward for taking good care of a child. So I would like to help one without a parent than to stress myself. I used to hear people say, thank you so much, Billion RSB, for the comment.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's so considerate of you. So I used to hear people say, I mean, what's the essence of, going through stress of getting pregnant, you know, you have to go 9 months, you'll be feeling sick, and all
Wow,
of these
wow,
things.
wow.
And eventually,
You
when
know-
want to give birth, when you want to give birth to your baby,
Okay.
you push, you do all of these things. Oh, I'll go and adopt a child. Does that sound okay? If you
Yes.
have the, see, if you have the grace to give birth, nothing stop you from giving birth. And if you can choose to say, well, I mean, there are a lot of motherless babies. Let me just go and adopt one and just, and just be good, instead of bringing another, instead of bringing more children into the world when there are other, when there are other children already roaming around.
That's
True.
true.
You can just,
Okay,
get one and take care of.
Biliano is right. I can think like that too. If I see that I love my woman a lot, and I don't really want her to go through stress of labor, I can. And to him, he has his best reasons known. But Biliano, there's something that I really appreciate for him to have actually come out to
say
say
something. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Like, fine. Okay, now let me treat what he said. There is reward in taking good care of
Someone else's child.
not someone of a child.
Okay.
But what he said here is there's a reward of taking, I think, someone else's child, right? Fine. There's a reward for taking care of someone else's child. But that does not stop you from having your own
Your
child.
own children. That was what I said.
See,
Yeah.
nǹkan ẹni kò lè dàbí. As the Yorubas will also say, they will say, ojú àpá kò lè jojú ara. The only thing there is, there's this joy in when you see your resemblance. I don't know if you actually feel that joy. I have a son that when I see him and they say, and especially when I hear people say, Basiti boy joy, as in there's this joy that always comes in me. No, I don't know about any other person, no, but you can't actually feel it. Ojú àpá ò lè láíláí jojú ara. I can adopt a boy, fine. I may like him, I may do anything. But what I would just say is, Mr. Biliano's, how am I going to put it? Mr. Biliano's opinion is well known to him. You understand me? So me now, I will go for adoption too. Yes, if I see that I'm actually having lots and lots of difficulties, and why wasting time? Why waiting? I would rather go there, just pick someone who I love to be with, pick him, check his mind, because every child in the motherless baby zone has media records, has biodata, has biography, everything. Ibi tó ti rí ọmọ yẹn, báwo ló ṣe rí ọmọ yẹn, ṣọ́ọ̀rí lẹ́nu kìnìún ni, àbí àbọ̀jàgbà lẹ́nu lion, àbí they took the baby from birth. Maybe the mother willingly said she doesn't want, or she's not ready, she doesn't have money. So many things can lead to adoption. And again, money may actually be a reason to go for adoption than to go for IVF. IVF is very, very expensive. And the funniest thing is, once you make the payment and the IVF fails, you will still make another payment.
When one fails?
When it fails, you're gone. Because the doctor will not follow you again to go and take another extraction. So you have to pay him again to stand up, and he's not the one who said this. That's why I said, and I answered quietly then and clearly, that none is dependable. By creation, none is dependable. You understand me? So that's just the issue for now.
All right. So, Jimmy Adewale, thank you for joining us, sir. He said deciding on IVF or adoption isn't easy. There is
Wallah.
no obvious choice, and one option is not better or worse than the other. Instead, it is up to every individual family to decide what is right for them based on their individual circumstances.
Is that not Wales cake? Well, Mr. Wales, let's just tell you this. Thanks for joining this program again. Thank you very much. You are actually right. You are actually right. And that is what Tife had said earlier. Tife had said it earlier that none is dependable and also all is dependable. The fact is just that you have to follow what will make you happy. You
What
understand me?
works well for you?
What works well for you. If you know you have enough money to go for the IVF,
Go ahead.
go ahead. If you know that you have money to even adopt 4, you do IVF, only adopt
In
Mary.
fact,
Go ahead.
I heard somebody said, even though I have my own children, I will still adopt more.
Yeah, some people,
So I was like,
some people
why?
just love it.
I was like, why? She's like, there is no harm in, helping.
Yes, of course.
You
Kamunyo Mora.
understand?
Okay.
In fact, what I was even thinking was that it will on IVF. IVF, yeah, you will still bring more children. When there are other children here, no, we can't. I mean, we can only jump more.
It's not everybody that wants to take another
Yeah, I
blood.
know. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, I think I get the point of the person. The person is like, okay, even though I have my own children, I will still bring more children. You know, there are some people that are just naturally they just love children. They just want to be around children. And there is this in Yoruba must be tobacco, to first like they're always happy or something.
Nigerian Yorubas are always funny
Extra.
with their adages. I wouldn't want to go into that, but Alhamdulillah, it's good. But something I just wanted to know is that personally, I love it, and I don't blame people that chooses to adopt. You will see someone else's child, you will wish to be yours. Trust me. Tó jẹ́ tí mo rí èèyàn tí wọ́n tó tí mo rí ọmọ tí wọ́n fẹ́ bí. You will see someone actually, first position in school, and when the baby speak, you'll be like, oh, really, you don't understand. There are some people that are born with this spirit of adoption. What here? Okay, now you will understand this better. Now let me use this. Do you know there are some ladies that can't cook?
Okay. Yes, I know.
Okay, now you understand. Do you know that there are some ladies that can cook but won't cook?
Yes.
Some ladies will prove to their husband that the reason why I can't cook is because why are we always having people that can cook and sell? Why should I cook again? Let's order.
I mean, why do we have to stress ourselves for a whole
To
2
cook,
hours? And we'll
yes,
just eat
cook.
for
When we
5
have money, we have money. Alowo, alalubarika, alarisiki. Let's order food. Even we can order for food for 1 week. They will cook it for us, family package. They will cook it for us. It's just a matter of ordering whatever we want. That is the same ideology behind adoption. Some ladies, they have gone to Turkey, they have gone to Syria to make some kind of cosmetics, some kind of dermatological assessments. They have changed their body shape. They cannot afford to get pregnant to spoil everything. Do you see from that angle? Those are the women that will say, those are the set of women that will say, me, give birth with this fine shape. I beg. Some will not even say it. Do you know how many people there that if they make DNA free, no be them get picking. No. If they make DNA free, if the government should just say, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu should just say, okay, today henceforth in Nigeria, DNA is free. Honestly speaking, there are lots of babies there that have been adopted secretly.
Without no one knowing.
Without the husband, not no one. Without the husband even knowing. So because husband today ni ẹkọ ayọmọ ìyàwó yín bímọ kíní kan àṣìgbé word kí ló ń jẹ́ àṣìgbé word we exchange babies in the world. Imagine someone giving birth and say how come this baby is black? You want to job a bed, Nisha, and you see another baby crying, very fair, cute. You just pay. The person can pay 10 million. Hey Joe, I want that baby. Okay, what do you call that? It's adoption. It is adoption. It's nothing else. It is called adoption. You see, spirit of adoption is always in some people. When you see some kids, even me, when I see some kids, most especially baby girls, how beautiful, I'll be like, God. My girlfriend knows. I'm always complaining. You understand me? So that is the reason why I won't blame those that go for IVF and I won't blame those that go for adoption. Many people will look into going for adoption, many people will look into going into IVF. But to me, the both is okay, provided you have your money.
So, if you've made your decision of IVF or adoption, there is something I want to say. I'm really, I don't know, I'm really passionate about adoption for some reason.
Are you an ambassador to all these human rights?
No, I just feel like,
We
you know,
can
there
help
are some,
people.
yeah, there are some children out there that are desperately, aside from the fact that we don't know the background of these children, whether you took them from a mad woman, whether you took them on the street, in the gutter, or whatever. There is nobody on this earth right now that does not have a destiny to fulfill.
Exactly, you're right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if I can be a partaker of this person's life, I mean, I can join hands with God to, help this person to fulfill destiny. It's not bad. Do you understand?
Exactly.
So if I just want to, just an advice, okay? Just my own opinion. If you eventually, when you agree with your husband, your wife, and you brought in that child, see, the definition of adoption, there is a particular key point that I'm holding on to: acceptance.
Yes.
Okay?
Wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly.
Talk.
Now, if you continue to see this child as somebody else's child, there are chances that you will not connect your heart to the child. Now, at first, at the initial stage, it can be, someone else's child. Do you understand? But the moment you bring this child in, erase that thought from your mind: someone else's child.
Yeah.
This is my child. I mean, if not for anything, think of the fact that we'll go processing, because I read that the processing is so long.
Yes. For adoption, right?
For adoption.
Yes, it's a legal.
Okay,
It's a long way.
I mean, consider the fact of the, processing and all of this thing. And bring this child in as your own child. Treat him or her like your own child. See this child as your own child and treat him or her like you will treat your own children when they eventually come.
Exactly.
Two things here: love and acceptance.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't bring the child and be like, if you know that is your mindset. See, there is something in Kokolosha Magbie, discuss with your husband, discuss with your wife, and go to the motherless baby's home and bring the child in.
You know what?
That thing should still be in your mind to take care of that, to take care of that child or those children. So don't bring in the children and make them feel unwanted. Don't bring in these children and make them feel like she's not my mother or she's not my father. In Kokosha,
Exactly.
some children feel unloved and like they feel like maybe I'm not in the right place. When I was young, most of us used to think like this. When we were young, we used to feel like, maybe my mommy and my daddy are still coming to get me because of the way our parents used to treat us. You think that day you are going to die. Do you understand? See, I'm not saying that you should not discipline any child that misbehaves. Of course. I'm not saying that, because, okay, there are some times, you feel like, see, I am more than you already see. Yes, now,
Exactly.
if you need to discipline these children, discipline them. A time is coming when you need to love them. Show them love and let them know that. Don't let that child or those children feel like, this person is not my mother. Don't give the chances, don't give the space. Treat them. Whether your own children eventually come, they did not come eventually, see them as yours.
You see, one thing Biliano is saying here. Biliano said there's rewards for taking care of someone's child from Almighty Allah, especially offer. That is why I will go for adoption.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know whether it's a ma or a sa, but she's really making, or he or she is really making sense, because he or she is now making me believe in adopting a child. I think now, if I get wealthy, I think after I give birth, maybe my wife says she wants just 2 or 3. I think I'm going to adopt like 4 more.
No problem.
You understand me? In as much as Tiola, Tiarisi Kibatekmo. You understand me? And for those that doesn't understand Yoruba, if in as much as I am blessed, you understand me, wealthy and very rich, I think I can adopt people. You know, there are some even in the olden days, most of our grandfathers, it is not only the kids they had that they actually nurtured. One nurture omolomomo. To the extent that some people then even trust another person. You hear, ma pe alaji siensi, walolo be 1 week, lodo alaji, walolo be 2 weeks, lodo alaji. You understand me? It is not because alaji can treat better. It's because alaji is always kind to accept anybody they want to bring. They don't even collect money safe. They will say, hey, over a holiday. I remember when I was growing up, my mom can actually testify to this. I prefer any holiday like this, I already choose where I'm going to. And it is that same place, you won't believe, Tife, that I've always been going for over 5 to 6 years. Same place. Why? Because I'll play video games. I'll be free. I can go out anytime I like. My favorite hobby is my hobby is to play football. I'll play ball as I like. You understand me? No disturbance. That is the way. And even the way some people, the couples, the way they even prepare and get ready for childbearing, you know that all these ones are already. It's better they should just go and do IVF if you know they don't have anything to do with their lives. You understand me? But the issue here is money is the key. Honestly speaking, if you feel like, okay, fine, as a husband, I have low sperm count. You don't need to shout. Ọ̀rọ̀ ló ń yọbi lápò ní Yorùbá wí. Call your wife and sit her down. This thing is communication. You understand me? You don't need to go and pay huge amount of money in the hospital to bring Omoali, as the Yorubas will say. There's nothing like Omoali. It is adoption. But you adopted the baby illegitimately. There is no consensus of agreement between the husband and the wife. But if there's consensus of agreement, okay, ọmọ pé olórí ẹbí wọ́n ní owó, olórí ẹbí ò ní ọmọ, wọ́n ní owó wọ́n ṣìgbà wọ́n ṣàwó, but ọmọ wọn last born wọn ó ṣe ká mú sọ́dọ̀. Don't do something behind your husband's back, and the husband too don't feel like you are the husband. Okay, now go and pick the olórí ẹbí son. Ìyá lè jẹ́. Because like you said, there's nothing they call adoption without love.
Yeah.
You must fall in love with a child because there are lots and lots of children there. Before you now say, okay, give me this one. Yeah, that one. Some will even make it. All those attendees or what's, they may even say, is it this one? They say, no, that particular one. It's because number one, love at first sight. You fell in love. But now, don't pick that baby for something else. Treat like that baby like your own baby. Treat him or her like your baby. You understand? So now, what we are actually talking about here is that if I am wealthy, if I am rich, I can adopt as much as I can. Adoption is not until I go to motherless babies home. I may take my sister's kids. Oh yeah, come.
There are some women that will be like, what is a molomo?
No problem now.
See, there is nothing like see. If people can come to the realization that what you are seeing is not omo. What you are seeing is destiny, glory.
No, that is another thing. You are right. You're absolutely correct.
Wait. No, not kadara.
No, like destiny now. Is there any other thing?
No, like you are seeing a child.
Okay.
You are seeing a person in your front. You understand?
Okay.
You are not seeing. Everyone has their own flaws. Me, what do you stop one? See, beat this child from today to tomorrow. Got no machine. But if you are not just seeing that thing that guy is doing or that child is doing, and you are seeing that if I can just the way some people used to think.
Yeah,
the way some men, some guys, Tima call him momo, he took work me for 3 months. What's my shift? Do you understand? Yes. I mean, see, if you don't love kids, don't directly I don't know.
Well,
Because you see,
childbearing
see,
is very
God that wants to
phenomenal.
give you child. Well, first of all, look at your heart.
Well, but if we can't think like God. We can't-
I'm just preaching
yeah,
love.
yeah,
I'm
I
just preaching love
understand.
and acceptance here.
I understand. I understand.
Don't see it
Love.
as omolomo. When you bring the child home, treat this child like yours.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
So Jimmy Adewale says, "Please, sir, ma, come and adopt
Yeah,
me."
she was
so
actually.
you
He
will
is
have
actually
your
talking
reward.
to.
Okay.
He's talking to Billian.
Okay. Biliano RSB said, "This life is full of
Lenses.
lenses for
Yeah.
all human beings. Whatever you do today will actually come back to you tomorrow. There is a lot of parents outside that treated their own children as slaves. Do you know what the cause?
That's
She's
very
a
deep.
woman.
No
There are a
wonder.
lot
I know
of-
she's a woman. I'm thinking she's a woman. Hardly will a man write and type like this. No, trust me. She's a woman, and that's the reason why she could actually see from different angles. Now look at what Biliano said here. Trust me, I have learned. She said life is full of lenses. But she called you see it. You understand? And again, lenses can actually come again. If I want to think deeply, like as you see life, it's different from as I see life. You understand me? If you now want to go deeper again, is that you may even see clearly, and I may not even see. You may see 6. If I'm in front of you, what will I see? I will see 9.
9, yeah.
You understand me? Now, she said, whatever you do today, it's actually coming back to you tomorrow. That sounds, rewarding enough. There's a lot of parents outside, they treated their own child as a slave. Yes, that's true. All in the name of African parenting. I think that's the topic for another day.
African parenting, like
Yes, like normal. When you're supposed to give when you're supposed to give your child money to this, you are now capping as a parent. Honestly, my dad once did that, and I'm so sorry to say this. Like, nígbà tí mo wà ní èjì mo máa fẹsẹ̀ rìn lọ school ni, and then, and that's not true.
That's true. They don't.
These
they
are
don't have
two
Bible
different.
there.
These are two different generations, mind you, Tife. My father may be walking to school then because there was no Okada then. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now I am using private jets in my own time. Could my father have fought private jet during his own time? He should. Whatever that happens to his own generation has gone and gone. Treat me with the resources of the nowadays generation.
See, what Biliano RSB is saying here, that some parents treat their own child like slave.
Yeah.
I've seen some parents like that for some reason, and some even. Do you know that children most times used to suffer the mistake of their own parents? How?
Normal.
Now, you are the one that knows what happened between you and your husband, and you came together, maybe
I
your
understand.
genotype was not okay, and kiniko, and you gave birth to a deformed child or something.
understand.
You will not make that child suffer the consequence of your own mistake.
Why? Lay.
Why?
Now the reason is because of this person. You see, one thing I don't even like is this theoretical aspect of African parenting.
Okay, and do you know that, I'm sorry for cutting you, and do you know that there are some, this gun is actually pointed to women that would take someone else's child. They have their own child, but
Okay.
maybe it might be their child is too young,
Okay.
and they got pregnant. They cannot go through the stress altogether, and you bring probably your auntie's daughter or something, and you will be treating that child like a slave. The child was with a parent, a parent or his
Yes.
parent,
Enjoying. With different promises, so I will take you to
and
school.
you bring
I will
that
do
child and start treating the child
Aye.
in a way that is not nice.
Man.
See, there is this two thing that I just want. I keep pressing this. If you want to adopt a child, make sure that you are prepared. Now, with the preparation I'm talking about is not prayer or war or something. Is your heart prepared to accept this child, to love this child?
That is why anything that has to do with adoption needs to do with love and acceptance.
Period.
Tamam?
Acceptance is when you know that, okay, I don't know what this thing is going to happen. There was something you were saying to me this day, and I was like, okay, what if it's your own child? You said okay, if they adopt the child and
Tife,
when they
why are you
grow up.
bringing what we
No,
said
no,
at the
wait,
back
wait,
now?
wait. There's just something I just want to clear. There's just something I just want to clear.
Okay.
That everyone has their own flaws. See, whether young or old,
Okay.
that I'm accepting you does not mean I'm saying, oh, because that guy is good, I have to accept him. Hello, I have prepared my heart. This guy can mess up at any time. And when he messes up, I am going to stay. This child you are accepting, don't think the child is perfect. Expecting too much from the child is like you calling that child a god. The only one that is perfect is God. Do you understand?
I
This child
understand.
will make mistake. This child has his own faults. This child will fall sick. This child will misbehave.
I
All
think
children does that.
I-
You need to prepare your heart to love this child.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I do. But one thing I want you to know, Tife, is that see, we have joined two things now.
Okay.
Number one, I'm not trying to drag you out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Number one, we are trying to like preach to people who are looking forward to having their first baby.
Yeah.
If you are waiting too long, you don't have to wait too long. There are many babies out there that needs mother care. Go and adopt one. If you know you are wealthy, go and adopt two. If you know you don't want to adopt, okay, you go for surrogacy. But please give me the permission to explain surrogacy.
Yeah, of course.
People don't really know surrogacy. Now, surrogacy is the same thing as IVF. But IVF of just husband and wife is complete IVF. Where you extract the eggs from the wife's ovary, you take it to the laboratory, they extract the male sperm sample, they take male sperm sample and they bring it together in a spin wash circle and let's see the one is going to hatch. They may be lucky. And there's something we call IVF booster. IVF booster. If the both eggs and sperms can't hatch, they boost it. But there are some that after boosting self, oti kurara ko le gbera mo. But surrogacy has to do with the mother she doesn't even want to carry any baby at all.
Cannot or does not.
She can actually get pregnant. Nothing is wrong with her.
There are some that can't,
I know whether she can. Okay, now let's do it like this. There are some that they can't give
all,
birth
yeah.
at all. They can't. You understand me?
Yes.
Surrogacy can still work. I will explain that.
of course.
There are some that they can give. In fact, they are LD, enough eggs and everything. But due to this issue of alcohol, body shape, aesthetics, what do they call it? Plastic surgery, they don't want. And they are not even ready to extract or release any eggs. They'll just talk to their husband. Hello, take money. Go and look for someone who is going to carry your baby for you. They will take the man's sperm. The woman is going to have, the outside person, the third person, is going to be invited. You understand me? Because woman, the real wife may not actually want someone who is just anyhow. She may want a beautiful person. So, in case of if the woman's gene is dominating, you understand? So now they will bring the third person in. They sign legal documents. They are not going to touch the wife. That's surrogacy. It's the person, the third party coming from the outside that is going to. It's not that the husband will sleep with her. Oh, no.
Of course
They are going to take egg sample from her home. You understand me? They will take sperm circle. They will take it to the laboratory. And once it develops to the first stage, which is the embryo, they inject back to the woman they are bringing outside to continue with the growth of the baby. And at that stage, nothing can happen to the baby anymore. So the baby continues to grow. And once it's after 9 months and childbirth is complete and successful, she is expected to report back after giving the baby exclusive breastfeeding. That's 6 months or 1 year, to know that the baby's IQ is okay and everything is okay. Then she hands over. And no matter what the baby will become in the future, whether it becomes Bola Tinubu's elder brother, anybody, you understand me? You don't have any access to that baby again. It has been legally documented. But surrogacy, that is surrogacy. But if it is not surrogacy, that means it's the wife that's going to carry the baby back. And some people say IVF here, what about simple? What about simple? It's not simple. If you know the pains behind them extracting the eggs from your body, not to now talk of now inserting the embryo back. Oh, damn. You know it's not easy. That's the reason why those that are wise, I'll call them Ogbon, Sadiq, they will go for the adoption. There's no kind of baby you want in this life that you don't see motherless baby home. If you do not see at Abeokuta motherless baby home, Go to Niger State. You will surely see, if you want an half caste, oh, if you want a black person that will look like your husband, oh,
So, thank
you
you so
understand me?
much, James.
It's,
For
it's,
real.
it's very
Thank you.
it's very long. It's
So,
very long.
I just want us to understand, for those that are just joining us, Adeomi Misioluwa, thank you so much for joining us, ma.
Okay.
Olabisi, I want to say thank you, ma, for joining us. For those that are just joining us, please, I hope, please like this video, and it's important for you to comment. Don't
Yes,
just
exactly.
watch us talk. Please comment, please, and share this video.
Yes. I
And for
want.
those that have started together with us, thank you
Yeah,
for staying till
Biliano,
now. Thank you so
Jimmy,
much.
Adewale.
All right, so what are we be discussing about? IVF or adoption? Which one? I mean, IVF or adoption advisable for families that are still waiting for their own children? Can we advise them to go for IVF? Or, you have been waiting for so long now. Can't you just go for this? Can't you just try IVF or, try adoption? Do you think it's advisable? Or should you tell them to just keep waiting? It will come, it will come. You understand? Is adoption advisable for them, or is IVF advisable for them? So what advice do you have for those that are still waiting?
Left to me, oh. Nobody should come for me, oh. Left to me, oh. If I have money, if I have enough money, if I'm wealthy, I, God forbid, may we not be unfortunate, I'll go for IVF.
IVF?
Yes, I'll go for IVF.
Why?
Yeah, because number one, I wish to have my resemblance. I'm so sorry. It's, blood is thicker than water. I wish to have my own resemblance. And once I have the IVF successful, or once I have the surrogacy successful, then I can even, in fact, just speak Mole Kwebi Mora. Is adoption. Adoption is adoption. It's just like what my friend used to say in Wales. He will say, whether you drink alcohol or you drink water, kati you only ajoma you noni. You understand? About you ajoma you noni. Whether you adopt from motherless babies home, or you adopt from what? From maybe bloodline or anything.
Family.
It's adoption. The only thing we are preaching here is, if you end up adopting, don't adopt to suffer any child.
children.
Remember, every soul in this life deserves to be happy.
Now, do you know that if it is surrogacy, some women still be like, shamamio. Do you know?
How do you mean? If it is
mean,
surrogacy.
Like, it'll be like, I'm Kolotijadi. No, if another woman is involved.
No, it's your husband. That's why I said understanding is the key. You must
Understanding and love
carry
and
your wife.
acceptance.
You must carry your wife along.
Do you know that some women will still misbehave? You don't think so?
As they will say, problem. They will misbehave. Who cannot misbehave?
Whether it's surrogacy or adoption.
Most especially if the
love
child
and
is bringing.
acceptance.
If it is surrogacy, the lady can misbehave. But if it is not surrogacy, why will she misbehave? It's her egg. It's your husband's sperm.
Okay, let me quickly read this comment. Biliano RSB says, if you want to build a house, you must have a foundation.
Yes.
It's also happened in marriage. Parent is the foundation for a child.
Yes.
If you marry wrongly, your child will face consequences for the journey. Please marry wisely, please.
Yes, and that reminds me, my mom just came online now.
Hello, mama.
Saidat Tayo Subar.
Thank you for
Thank you
joining
for coming
us,
up.
ma.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
A lot of things that I actually passed through while I was coming up. My family.
So before you
is
say
okay
that,
enough.
let me carry
Okay.
mommy along. So we've been discussing about, is IVF or adoption advisable for families or couples that are waiting for their own children? Please, you can chip in your opinion, mommy. Thank you
Yes,
for joining us.
Thank you
ma.
very much. Like I was saying, thank God I grew up from in a family, you understand me, whereby all forms of training, you understand, is given. And when they talk of adoption, my parents really, they tried. As I speak with you, we have lots and lots of people around us that really want to come together. You understand me? And another thing that inspires adoption, do you know? We didn't even talk about it.
What's that?
Mentorship.
Mentorship?
Yes. Have you seen a situation whereby it is the child that would walk him or herself to the parents? Hey, adopt me. If you are living large, if you are living good, if you are living like someone who is actually, prominent in society, and you are like a role model to people, Trust me, many people will troop in. Yes, and ready to even do what? Ready to do birth certificate or whatever legal, whatever they do. You know, it is my father that actually made me think about this right now. There are lots of people. I've seen people that have actually told me to me that, you don't know the kind of father you have. You don't know the kind of man you have. You don't know the kind of mother you have. And you are behaving this. But they don't know. Like I used to say, blood is thicker than water. In as much as I see my father and I see my mother, that okay, fine, she might not see finish now. My daddy can sing the verse, my mom can sing the verse. We have people out there that really want to join. If you are someone who is well known tomorrow, not well known for bad things, may you not be known for bad things. You are known and you are a public figure. Trust me, you will have somebody eating underground. Mrs. Bulu, I just wish to be like your daughter. I just wish to be like your son. Just call me your son. Most especially if you call people my daughter. How are you? You'll be like, mommy, you call me daughter again. You understand me? That is not what we call, it is adoption. But adoption may come by turning the table. You may not even be the one to work out to adopt. People may actually come back. Adoption is still adoption. What I'm trying to say to people is that be good out there. Many people really want to belong to you. Many people really want to bear your name. Many people really want to bear your surname. Love. Spread love to people. Teach people. Inspire people. Influence people positively or not negatively.
All right. Olani Alawa says thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. MC Ogojesha Yenito says thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So, let me just wrap everything together.
Yes, Captain Polybag.
Yeah, for us to know what is going on here. Okay? So, our focus tonight is on couples that are waiting for their own biological children. And like I said when we started the program, that it's possible to have delay. It is not the first time. You are not the first person that will have delay.
Yes.
And will not be the last.
And there is no stipulated time for childbearing.
Okay. So don't feel like, And there is something that I just want you to delay or whatever. Don't make it look like all the world is against you.
No, stop having that negative vibe.
See, if there are people around you that are making you feel like that, just disconnect yourself.
Stay
from
away
them
from bad energy.
for the
Stay
sake of
away.
your mental health. I mean, don't devastate yourself. I mean, I want to say, don't, use thinking to spoil everything. When the children eventually come, you have already become something else. Do you understand?
Yes.
Everyone faces delay in one way or the other. Yours might just be in childbearing. Do you understand? Any challenge you have, just take it as your curse. Carry it for a while. A time is coming where you relieve yourself from it. And thank God we have options when it comes to children. Okay? We've talked about it a lot.
Exactly.
Adoption, IVF,
surrogacy,
and all others. Do you understand? But whether adoption, whether IVF, even if it is your own children, two things are involved that we are preaching tonight. First, love. There are some people that don't love their own children. I'm sure you
not to even talk of
someone else's children. Do you understand? Love is important. That moment of your waiting, don't just sit down waiting. Yes, I'm waiting. I'm in my waiting period. The child will come.
Prepare.
Yes, I was saying it the other time. Do you understand? Begin to show love. Begin to express love. Begin to practice it, so that eventually, when your own eventually come, you're fully prepared. Whatever you are gallant. You are prepared for it. Do you understand? And the second thing is acceptance. Definition of adoption carries acceptance. Accept anything. Yes. Don't think the child you are adopting or even your own children will be perfect. Only at any time. They can force it. They can do. If you are connected with children, if you have children around you, you see how this creature behaves.
Let me tell you something. Apart from the way they behave, you understand me? Mm-hmm. If you come to the hospital, the most tactical department is the pediatric. Do you know why? You can't say this is what a child can bring as attitude. You can just see a baby that will just sit down like this. But But I'm so sorry that
We love them so
I'm
much.
not even into pediatric line, but I wish to, because I love falling in love with kids. I love kids. I love babies, particularly female babies. I love kids. I love, man.
If there are sometimes if you clap for them, their facial reaction, like, oh
No,
my god,
babies are angels.
oh
Babies are
my
angels.
god.
Babies are angels.
Whether your own or not your own, it doesn't matter.
It is love.
Love,
Stop treating
love.
the baby you have at home like a slave, because
See,
koleku,
even
and you will now be treating her like kinikan. Just some. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have my reason why I'm saying this. You have your child at home, fine. He may not be doing well now.
and some parents also, because their children, is not bright in school.
Yes.
You feel like neglecting that child
Maybe-
is the way of
no,
punishing that
some
child.
some
No.
parents will even go to the extent of saying it to the child. Ṣé kí n tiẹ̀ adopt kò pay báyìí? So I can fear fish and go shoe. There are some things you will say, oh, dúró díẹ̀ níwájú.
Now, there is something out. God, maybe we'll still treat this topic again. See, whatever you want a child to become in the future,
Yeah.
it's in your hands.
Well,
Now, you
that's
see,
true.
this their mind, these kids, I love them so much. This time that they are, they believe anything. If you call that child a prosperous child, that child will stick it in his or her head. That child will begin to do everything that is
See.
connected to that prosperity.
Let me tell you something. You are right, oh. Honestly speaking, you are in the spirit self. Oh, and me. What the reason why I said that is because, do you know that since age 9 or 10, my parents, both of them, I remember, they are always what man you are not just named Omolade. Èèyàn kan la wò tá a fi sọ ẹ́ ní Ọmọládé, and you are actually even doing like the person. Are you with me?
Yes.
Do you know that I don't know that person till now? But in as much as I am doing like someone, and the person is doing great, they said this person is so great. They said that woman for life toro. I don't know when my daddy will tell me that person. I don't know, but one day I know you will sit me down and say, "Do you know this person? Do you know this person?" That is the person we look. That's why I talked about mentorship. Mentorship, shekoko. Some people are naming their child
After
Clinton
someone-
because Bill Clinton's love. Some people are naming Shoyinka because now the issue I'm saying here is preach to your child while they are still small. Most of the things I remember now are not what I'm learning now. They are what I have learned in my first 10 years on earth.
I think we are still going to treat this topic.
It's a
Of
continual
how to
topic.
see, of how to treat children. Children are precious people. If you tell a child now, I'm going to buy aeroplane for you, don't think the child forget it.
I can't forget.
After 2 or 3 days, aeroplane is okay, Mara, for me, nko.
Okay, look at it. I am 30 something years of age. I still remember that my dad said he's going to buy me something. Till now, my man saw a man confess soon. Although I'm bigger than that thing now, alhamdulillah. But it's just a normal African parenting tactics.
All right,
Trust me.
Tosi Liadi Remy, well done, madam. Thank you, ma.
Oh.
And he said, well, doctor, well done, sir.
Thank
you so much
you,
for joining
thank
the
you,
show.
thank you very much.
So much. So tonight, it has really been a very, very good night.
Yeah.
And to everybody that started with us, those that joined in the middle, and those that joined at the end, to everyone, we are saying a big thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you so much.
And also, before we go, I, the great Moise, and also Boluwatife, we are using this opportunity to preach out to our Nigerians out there. Stay safe and make sure you watch your back. Watch your back and stay safe. You all know why. I'm not here to tell you why.
You know.
But please, stay safe. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ ká kó ògo èrè oko wa, ká kó délé o.
Àmín.
Wọ́n ní fòkù wa ránṣẹ́ o.
All right.
Fineness la fi wọ bí ààrẹ bọ́tà pẹ̀lú kéne. Yòókù. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
Thank you. See you next.
All right, bye
Peace out.
bye. Love you. Mwah.
No, like, I'll